In the continuation of studying Ether tab, we reach to the illustration and shapes section. When you click on this icon, the shape menu will be opened for you that contains different parts, and in each part it categorizes the shapes. The first part is recently used shapes, that it shows the shapes that you have used them recently. In the line part, you can have access to the different forms of lines, what are straight lines and what are broken lines and what curved lines to access. In the rectangles part, you can draw rectangle and square and different forms of them. The next part is basic shapes. The next section is block arrows that shows different arrows in different forms, and you can use them. In the equation shapes, you can have access to the mathematics shapes. And the next section is flowchart. And the next is stars and banners, the different shapes of the stars and banners. And the next part is callouts. You can use these shapes to show goals and ideas. And the last section of this menu is action buttons, that the shapes of this part work differently. I select one of these shapes. For example, I select the home shape and I draw it in my slide. As soon as I finished drawing, the setting window of this will be opened for me, which says you can regulate the related settings of the mouse click and mouse over. What is the difference of action buttons with other shapes? As you see, these action buttons have a setting window that what will happen when you select the mouse over option or mouse click. You can regulate the related setting here. Because it is the home shape in the first slide, it is regulated by default that when you click on this shape, it will be hyperlinked to the first slide. You can select none or select the operation of a software, or even you can activate the play sound. You can select that what sound will play when you click on that shape. And you are transferring to the first slide, you can use the default sounds of the PowerPoint, or you can select the sound from your computer for this action button. Then click on OK. So it is the difference of action buttons with the other shapes in the shape menu. You can regulate what happens when the mouse is on the shape, I mean mouse over, or when you click on it. Well, after drawing the shapes, when we select the shape like each media, a format tab will open for it. In the continuation, we are going to study the format tab. When you select the shape, you can give it a background fill color, outline, and even an effect. I show them for you in a different ways, that it is in the shape styles that I talked a lot about fill, outline, and effect previously. In the left side, there are some parts that you can change the style of your shapes easily and fast. Let me change the place of my shape that you see it when I select my shape. I want to add this style to my shape. It is enough to select my shape and select this effect from shape style section. I can give different styles to my shape, and here there is different options of transparency that it can give you access to brighten the background of the shape, and in other theme fields you can select the other theme that you can see the different themes, and if you like them you can use them. In the continuation, as you can see here, that it can be both used for shapes and the text. It doesn't have the fill color, it just has an outline color that I have talked about outline previously, regulating the color of the outline, the thickness of it, or the design, that you can select these options here in the shape effect. There are some effects like adding shadow, color, or making it bevel, reflection, or 3D, and different options that exist here. You can use them that we have seen this menu previously. In the Insert Shape menu, you have access to the shapes and you can draw a new shape. And in the Edit Shape section, you can change your shape. What does that mean? Now, I selected my shape, I gave it a fill color and outline. Now I want to change my shape with fill and outline options. I can select my shape, then from Edit Shape I can select Change Shape and replace it with other shape. I point out previously when I was talking about the picture, the tip of change picture is the same with the tip of the change shape. For example, if you gave an animation or a style to this shape, and now if you want to change the appearance of the shape, you can easily use the change shape option. And in this case, all the features will remain, but you can also change it easily. The next option is Edit Point. This shape is drawn by some points. They combine and the shape is drawn. When I select the Edit Point option, the points of this shape gets active, and now I can select the shape that I want to change and change it into different parts. Move it in this way, or I can have a right click on this point and select the delete point and remove the point completely. Or even I can select the open path by selecting the open path option. The closed path of the shape will be open and your shape will be changed from a closed shape to the open one. Or even I can select the closed path and change the shape to the closed shape, or I can change the shape to a curved shape by selecting the smooth point option. And the next option is a text box that gives you access to add a text box in the shape. Then start typing your content. Both you can do this, draw a text box in the shape and start typing, or you can select your shape and have a right click on it, then select the Edit Text option. By doing this, the whole shape will become a text box and then you can easily start typing in your shape. It is your choice that draw a text box by yourself. In this case, you will control it easily and more, or right click on the shape and select the Edit Text option. We also have this option in the word art style that it gives access to have different word arts in our shape. Here you can have text fill, change the color or fill your text with a specific picture or gradient. You can both have access to the text outline options and text effect that I have talked about them previously, and we saw the different options of them. The option that is added in the text effect that the shape effect doesn't have it is a transform option, that it changes the text in this way that you can use the one that you like. The next option is alt text that I have talked about it in picture section, that for a visually challenged audience, in this section you can write about the shape that you have added in the slide, that he or she could be able to read the explanation with the specific machines and understand about the shape, that whether it is educational or decoration. In this case, you can activate mark as decorative option. The next section is Arrange section that I talked about it in previous sections, that we will have a short review on it here. By the help of Bring to Front or Send to Back option, you can put your shape in different positions. Let me open the selection pane to make it more tangible. Now, the yellow shape is on the blue shape. We can see it in the selection pane that for changing the position you can both use the selection pane and these options, or if you want it to be in front of the other shape you can use bring to front, or if you want it to be behind the shape you can select send to back option. The next section is grouping the shapes of the PowerPoint. That I made this shape by grouping the different shapes of the PowerPoint. That shortcut key of grouping is Control G, and for ungrouping is Control Shift G. I ungroup the shape by right click and selecting the ungroup option. Now the different shapes of the PowerPoint get together and made my shape that you can regroup them again. And the next option is Align option, that we will review it in the continuation. In the Align section, you had Align left, select all the shapes, and by selecting Align left, these shapes align from left side here. I show you Align bottom, that select the shapes, and by selecting Align bottom, all the shapes will align from bottom. And in Align section, the distribute horizontally and distribute vertically organize the distance between the shapes. If I change the place of these shapes, see what will happen. I choose all 4 shapes. I select distribute horizontally from Align section. The thing it does is that it doesn't move the first and the last shape, and it organizes the rest of the shapes that are between these two. And it regulated your shapes with the same distance. The next option is a rotate option, that we can rotate our shape 90 degrees to right or left. The next option is flip vertical or flip horizontal, that I show it for you in a picture. That flip vertical or flip horizontal rotates your shape in the vertical axis. You can use this option to rotate your shape. The next and last option is size section, that you can change the size of your shape by clicking on these options. As you see here, the measurement of changing height and width, the shape is centimeter. If the measurement is inch for you, you should regulate this setting from the control panel of your Windows. From the control panel of your Windows, you should click on the region and language, and in this format home, click on additional setting, and in number section, if in the measurements system you select the metric, the measurement will be centimeter. But if the US is selected, the measurement of all the applications will be inch in your computer. And if you are more comfortable with the centimeter option, let the value of this option be on the metric, and then click on OK and done. If you close and open your PowerPoint once, you will see that the change in the measurement is applies. But there is an important option in the shape that I didn't mention, is the merge shape option. Let me draw some shapes. The merge shape option in the format tab is not active because I have just one shape. If I draw the other shapes, and you will see that by selecting the 2 shapes, the merge shape option will be active. Let's see what options it will give us. I select 2 shapes in this way, and among the different options in the merge shape, I select the union option. As it is clear from the name, it makes one shape out of 2 shapes in this way. But why the color of this shape becomes orange? Because it depends on the color of the last shape after after selecting the union option, and it depends which shapes you select the first. See here, first I select the orange shape, then I hold the shift key and then I select the blue shape. And now if I click on the union option from merge shape, it makes the one out of two shapes, and because firstly the orange color shape was selected, the combination of the shapes should be orange too. As you see, this is happened, so the color depends on the fact that which shape is selected by the user first. Now, if I select the blue shape first, then I select the orange shape, and from merge shape I select combine option. What does the combine option do? It separates the common part of the two shapes and the rest will be remained. Now, the color of my shape is blue. Because I select the blue shape first, well, now I select the orange first, then the blue shape, then we select the third option. Fragment, the thing it does is that from the connected point, it separates the shapes. As you see, this is one independent shape. This is the other, and this one that you can do creative things with the options that are in the merge shape option. And you can make shapes that they are not in the PowerPoint shapes. Again, first I select the blue shape, then the orange shape, and from Format tab and Merge Shape section, this time I select Intersect option. The thing that the Intersect option does is that it does exactly the vice versa of the Combine section, and the common part will remain in this shape. I select the Intersect option. As you see, the common part of these two shapes was a rectangle, which is remained. Now again, I select two shapes. Pay attention that which shape you want to select first. Now, first I select the orange arrow, then I hold the shift key and select the blue shape. Now, if you select the subtract option from the merge shape, the first selected shape will remain and it will omit the second shape. Now, this time I select the square first, then I hold the shift key and then select the arrow shape. Now, if I select the subtract option, because I select the square shape first, it will remain and the second shape, which was an arrow, will be deleted. And the color will be the same with the first selected shape. So pay attention to this issue that in merge shape is really important that which shape is selected first. It gives the value to the shape which is selected at first. It saves the shape in different menu like the subtract option, or it gets the color from the first shape. These were all the tips related to the merge shape option. That is a really important and practical option, and you can do creative work with the merge shape option. Well, we have studied the shape option from the insert menu, and also we have studied the all tips in the Format tab one by one and have seen the different options. In the continuation, we will study the icon option from the illustration section. Accompany me.
Thanks for watching this video. Hello, my name is Masterclass. My specialty is graphic design and designing presentation slides with PowerPoint. If you need an engaging and effective presentation for your business or school project, I'm here to help you. To contact me, you can send a message to the email or WhatsApp or Telegram number mentioned in the video description. I look forward to hearing from you and providing the best possible service in designing your presentation. Thanks for your attention.